Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Karen.
And welcome to thebakingshow.com. Today we're going to make a really cool dessert. This is a baked Alaska, and I made it last year for the first time, and everybody loved it. It makes a wonderful holiday presentation for your table. So we're going to start with ice cream. We're going to take 3 different kinds. We're trying to stick with the Christmas colors, right?
Right, yeah. Red and green.
So we took vanilla, and then we have strawberry and chocolate chip mint. Ooh,
absolutely. So it's going to go in this bowl.
Or mint chocolate chip, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to put it in this bowl shaped like a dome. So we have to line that because we're going to take this out shortly.
Okay, so you want to line the bowl so you can lift the ice cream out, and it just makes it easier.
So the plastic is lined in the bowl, and we're now going to scoop out the strawberry ice cream into the bottom of this bowl. You'll have to do it in fits and spurts here because it's usually pretty hard to get it out of the container. So the object will be just to line this 1.5 quart container in the bottom. As it starts melting,
good ice cream.
Equipment malfunction.
So now we're using an unbreakable utensil, and we're going to try and get the rest of this ice cream out of here.
Yeah, and if you have a little more time, obviously, than we have, you might want to let the ice cream soften up for a few minutes out on the counter. This one is pretty frozen.
It is pretty frozen. So you have to start molding this a little bit, though, as you get those scoops in there and get it all pressed down in the bottom of that bowl.
Right, yeah, which is why it helps if it's a little bit soft.
Right, because the object
and that'll make it easier to form.
Right, we're going to have 3 very distinct colored layers here when we're done, so when you slice into it, it's going to look really attractive and nicely layered. Okay, so we've got the strawberry layered in here for our red layer, and now we're going to add a green layer. So Renee, folks could choose whatever ice cream they like. You could put pistachio for this layer, you could put peppermint for the red layer, whatever folks like.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this dessert. You get to choose what types and flavors of ice cream that you want to use. And they don't have to be the Christmas colors, but we just decided to go that way.
So it doesn't have to look perfect. We're really just going to try and get it in there so that when you slice into this, you've got at least kind of uniform layer here.
Yeah, just so it looks kind of distinct, and you get and the colors will do that. If you make this, you don't want to use all the same flavor. You definitely want to use 3 distinct flavors with 3 different colors.
Right. Okay, vanilla next.
All right, last layer.
Okay, so now we've got the 3 layers of ice cream in the bowl, and you can see that we have the 3 different colored layers: the red at the bottom, green in the middle, vanilla on the top. And we also have the pre-prepared brownie sitting here. So this is our brownie recipe that you can find at thebakingshow.com. It's our favorite fudgy brownie recipe.
It's really good.
Yeah. This is half of that recipe baked in a circular cake pan. So it's cooled, all ready to go. We're going to assemble the first part of our baked Alaska here.
All right, so we're going to assemble this. You want to take your brownie, you want to put it on top of the ice cream in the bowl. Okay, and then we're going to take the pan and we're going to flip this over. Let me just brush a few of the crumbs out. This way. And then we're going to turn everything upside down. I might need a little help there, Karen. There we go. Okay, apparently you need 4 hands.
It's heavy.
And then, because we have the plastic inside the bowl, we should be able to just lift the bowl off.
There you go, look at that.
Oh, yes, it worked, yay! And then we're going to just take the plastic off.
You could probably leave the plastic on to freeze when you put it in the freezer so that it stays nice and fresh, but we're going to be putting meringue on
We're going to put meringue on it, we're going to seal it.
Yeah.
And that'll be our next step. Okay, we're going to make the meringue now to go on top. So the ingredients that you need are 8 egg whites at room temperature, 1 cup of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of cream and tartar. Right, and this is really simple. All we're going to do is throw everything in the bowl, and we're just going to let the mixer beat it up. Okay, and the sugar.
Just that tiny little bit of cream of tartar. What does that do? Will it cause the eggs to peak better, or?
Yeah, it does, and it just makes it stiffer. Helps with the stiffness of the egg.
There you go. Okay, here we go. Lots of noise. Okay, so it looks like these whites have gotten to the point we want them. So Renee, Tell us what I'm looking for here.
Well, you just want it stiff, so that's just exactly what you're doing. So
Okay.
it'll make peaks in it when you pick it up, and then you know
Nice.
it's stiff enough. If they're soft peaks, they'll fall over, and then you want to make them a little bit stiffer, so you want to beat it a little more.
Perfect. Any special tricks here, Renee, as we
No,
wanna
you just
try
want to
this?
try and make it even all the way around in a dome shape. You want to seal it all the way to the plate, so you want your meringue to come down. And then if you want to make it look, you know, maybe a little pretty, you can just swirl it with a spoon and just pull up some little peaks. Looks like a porcupine all over the place.
And next up then, this goes in the freezer?
This goes in the freezer for about, 3 hours.
Or until
You
you're
wanna
ready
get-
to brown it in front of guests.
Right, but you can keep it in the freezer for, I think it's 2 or 3 days like this. But it's got to freeze at least for 2 to 3 hours before you pop it under the broiler. All right, now we're going to torch the baked Alaska. First time I made this, I couldn't believe that the ice cream wasn't going to melt. And when I did it, I put it in my oven. And if you don't have this torch, what you do is you put it in the oven under the broiler. And you just have to watch it. You put it up to like 500 degrees, and then you just watch it. And it goes pretty quickly, and it browns, and all your tips get brown, and it looks really good. We're going to try this with the torch and to brown it, because this would be easier for you to see.
And this would be a really cool thing to do in front of your guests.
It would be.
Very
It would be.
dramatic.
All right, let's see if this works.
Just take it nice and slow in the beginning until you see it starting to brown.
So here we have the finished product. It's nice and brown, and you can use the torch method, or we can put it under the broiler.
That is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and now I think we should cut it
I think we
and
should.
show everybody what the layers look like. So, this is what it looks like. As you can see the layers, and the ice cream does stay frozen, even if you stick it under the broiler. And you can serve it with hot fudge sauce, or you can put on it the strawberry sauce, but it is wonderful. So if you like this recipe, please go to thebakingshow.com.